Welcome to Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Domino's Pizza. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley, here with Greg Hansen. Greg, we're transitioning into the summertime, so we're going to mix things up a little bit. By the time you watch this, it's going to be nearing the start of June, the halfway point to Greg Hansen's Top 100, the highlight of my year.
Yeah, mine too.
Last year's Top 100 got more than 1 million page views on our website. Did you know that?
No, not even
More
close.
than 1 million page views, making it far away the most important, interesting project we have all year. Here at the midway point, the sixth month of the year, we're going to count down the leaders right now for Greg Hansen's #1 athlete of the year 2014. Let's talk about, before we get into it, let's talk about who's not on this list. Right now we've talked about the top, we're talking about 5 guys. Not on the list: Kadeem Carey.
Kadeem Carey not on the list.
Nick Johnson.
There's a Nick on the list, but it's not Nick Johnson.
Not Nick Johnson. Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Gordon not on the list.
Okay. Andre Iguodala.
I didn't remember Iggy, no.
Michael Wright.
Victor Dubois.
JJ Hardy. Okay, big, yes.
JJ Hardy, yeah.
Let's talk about some of the guys who just barely missed your top 5 here. If we're talking about number 6 through 10, who's on that list?
6 through 10, Margo Geer, a U of A swimmer, won another national championship this year. Is probably one of the top 5 to 7 American female swimmers. Been kind of under the radar at Arizona her whole career. She's close, really close.
Yeah.
Victor Dubois.
I loved him. Victor, the runner-up of this year's match play, the guy who pulled out shot after shot in the extra holes before falling eventually in the championship match.
Yeah.
In terms of good television, he had to be the winner of the year.
And you know, he's since disappeared.
Really?
He's played in 2 PGA Tour events, including the Masters where he missed the cut. Is there a missing persons alert out on him? I don't know.
Wow. It's just funny how some guys can sort of be at their best for an hour-long stretch and then you never hear from them again.
Yeah.
Who else would be on that list?
All right. Saguaro High soccer player Jasmine Simmons. She scored 39 goals, led the state. Her team to the state semifinals. You couldn't have a better year than she had. She's legit. She belongs. She's going to U of A. You'll hear a lot about her.
Wow. This is a good list. I can't wait to see who the top 5 are. Yeah. This is Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Domino's Pizza. Greg, we're going to talk a little bit more about the other people who are in your top 10. Give me a couple more names before we tease people to number 5.
Well, the easy ones would be like Kinsler, but you know, he could be #1 every year. But I don't like to do that. I call that the Annika Sorenstam rule.
Yes.
But when I started doing this like 20 years ago, Annika Sorenstam could have won every year. But I thought, if you're in Tucson, you get the priority. And she was never in Tucson, so that's the Sorenstam rule, and Ian Kinsler has to abide by that.
Using that rationale, Jason Terry's probably on that list? Or on the no list because he got his degree from the U of A?
He no listed. That's like no height in high jumping, yeah. Lowy Lalang. Now, he could be #1 on any city's list, but at the NCAA Indoors this year, he boldly tried to win 3 distance events and he didn't win any.
Wow.
It backfired on him. He goes to the NCAA finals in 2 weeks. I think he's going to win a national title in the 1500 and the 5K at that time. So Lowy could jump back almost to #1.
Wow. All right. Well, we're going to tease you here. On our next episode, we're going to talk about the #5 athlete in Southern Arizona through the first 6 months of 2014. Here's a hint. He drives a car. For Greg Hansen, I'm Ryan Finley. This is Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Domino's Pizza. We'll see you next time.
At Domino's, we're slowing down to make our handmade pan pizza the right way, taking our time to hand press the fresh dough into the pan, adding 2 layers of cheese, and slowing our ovens down to get the crust golden and crispy. So try a Domino's handmade pan pizza with 2 toppings for just $7.99.